Alright, hello everybody. This is round six, and yeah, I've not actually streamed this league. I've not been in this league whatsoever. In fact, I joined about half an hour or so ago. So, yeah, I know about two, three people here. I know Rick V, I know Sim Guy, and I know Lifebound. But other than that, oh no, Jackalacko as well. I didn't know he was racing tonight. But yeah, other than that, no one else here I really recognise. I think the only one that's maybe is ET8 Chris. I think I might have seen him once or twice before. But yeah, besides those couple guys, I have no concept of how fast people are or anything of the sort. So if I can just quickly, actually, no, hold on, let me just make sure you can actually hear me first. Let's just see. Perfect. Right. Good. Yeah. I don't know who's in what team. I don't know who's anywhere. So yeah. From what I've been seeing, it's definitely going to be a cleaner league, which is definitely good. Um, some of the racing apparently is really good. There's no assists as well. I think. Yeah, no assists. We got Wumax here who's just joined. So yeah, I'm not used to seeing this many different people here. It was really odd. And here we go. So, the very first race I'm doing here, if I am going to do any more, is a wet quali, which is very interesting actually. Okay, so let me just quickly have a look at every team of the people I recognise here. So, same guys in the Red Bull, Lightbus in Red Bull. That is absolutely disgusting. Um, I will not be surprised I win the constructors this season actually. And speaking of the constructors, let me have a look at them. Let's see if I can find them at all. Here we go, elite standings. Here we go. So I think this is it's pre-steward. So this is just what I'm going to get here. So Lifebout at the moment leads by 1.2 G Ghost. I'm not sure the point system's different here. Although I'm going to assume not. I think you've still got quite a couple of people here looking looking like they probably got the same amount as what you normally get in a real life F1 season. So I'm going to say that. But yeah, no, I think those are the top two really we're going to have to worry about here. ET8 Chris, the guy in P3, is a good 27 points behind P2, which is G Ghost, like I said earlier. So yeah, I'm just going to look at the standings first before I do anything else here. So yeah, once again, this is round six. I think in Netherlands the previous round, and what looks to be Lifebout is on a 3 in a row win at the moment. Look at the championship as well. Oracle Red Bull Racing, 26 points ahead of Mercedes, who are 19 points also ahead of Aston Martin. That is a top three. Looking actually quite close to the battle for third. There's only about 16 points separating those guys. And yeah, that's between, oh god, sorry, that is between Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo and Scuderia Ferrari. So, we're going to have to now turn on everything here. Looking like the first person we're going to be setting lap is a Haas driver. That would be Mercedes F1. Okay, these are the names that are a bit awkward because they're part of real life F1 names. So it feels weird when I say Mercedes crosses the line when there is Mercedes. There's two Mercedes here actually. Yeah, so I feel like I've got three Mercedes on the grid, but enough of that for the moment. A very wet Silverstone, as you can tell. I mean, it's not full wet, but intermediate tyres are definitely going to be good enough. We're not sure it's going to dry out later on in the session at all, but I mean, from what I'm seeing, it looks like the rain is here to stay. It looks a little bit lighter than you think, but definitely in conditions. So we're going to see Mercedes here start the first lap that I'm going to be watching here. They're lifting up a little bit into turn one, braking quite hard, but I think that's probably what you've got to do in the first lap in these conditions. Going down, braking here, making sure not to lock up. Going into turn three, third gear. Is there a shift down? No, there is not. Okay, tiny bit of braking though, probably just to make sure you can get the car through there without losing enough time. Ooh, very, very cautious through there. Going through turn five, I'm pretty sure that is. And then through Luffield we go, of course, the purple sector, the first person to start these laps. Yellow flag already, but that is just for slowing down, I believe. So no crashes at the moment. I think it'd be woeful for someone to crash on the first lap here. Well, even started it as well. So that is in sector 3. And now they're looking like a pretty decent lap at the moment. I think it's just a good way to get a feeling for the car at the moment. I mean, there's still some points where you could definitely be pushing the car a bit more. But yeah, no, I think you can tell by some of the throttle, some of the braking here as well. It's looking like they're kind of easing it in a lot more than you really meant to in these interconditions even. So we're just looking here. I'm not really too sure what to actually call this guy, because it feels like I call it Mercedes. It feels a bit awkward, because once again there is two Mercedes on track. I'm not sure. I'm going to see if I can call him KOR or something. I don't know, but I'll probably just say Mercedes still. But yeah, no, we're going to go through the last couple of corners here. And let's see now across the line through the final turn. What is the first lap of the session going to be? A 1:36.358 for Mercedes F1. Looking like they're going to push again. That looks like a Lux in turn 1, so they're definitely pushing a little bit more. That's an Aston Martin next across the line of Jack Alacco, but he is invalidated. Robinette here is the next one to cross the line. Goes into P2, a couple of tenths back. Pretty sure who else is across the line. I think that's a Alpine, I want to say. Yeah, Alpine. Starting a lap, never mind. G Ghost, one of the people next across the line, goes fastest with 36.1 and is not really beaten by his teammate yet, because I think he's just started a lap. Yeah, so Rick is starting one now. Lifebout, I think his teammate will be next across the line, so Sim Guy coming across the line now. What is his lap time going to be? Good enough for P3. Pretty close between those two, about 400ths off. Not sure who else is going to cross the line. We're going to watch the timing screens. King's here, 37.6. Failed here, probably made a massive mistake there, 48.3, so definitely something gone wrong there. And same with his teammate, I think 41.1. And that is ET8 Chris, setting quite a benchmark at the moment, and Lifebout is a couple tenths away for now, but that is quite a benchmark considering the previous times. I think that's Seb here coming across the line, 38.4. Looks like a Haas has just completely stopped, might be wrong there. Oh no, he's just letting past people, and no one is there. So he's going to the pit lane, so RS has done that for, unfortunately for him, almost no reason. Okay, we're going to go on your 4 cameras here. Yeah, definitely still completely wet. I'm going to be very, I'm going to go on a limb and say it's going to be very unlikely for this thing to dry out by the end of the session. So we're going to see here Jack Alacco through the final couple corners here. Still yellow flags, but these are all just people slowing down. So we're going to now see Jack Alacco come across the line. What is his time going to be? Good enough for the 3rd position, who is also immediately beaten by Robinette when the first driver just set a lap, and is now going to be the first going into top 3 there. Yeah, we got G Ghost here, 6 cents up, but that was a massive slide. Yeah, they're still going to improve. They are still going to improve onto pole, but they know there's even more time in that lap. I think that was yeah, Rick coming up into P6 there, and there was someone else setting a lap, but I think that was maybe the starting one. So yeah, looking good. Looking good at the moment. Actually looking like a decent qualifying session. We got Kings here coming across the line again. Moves up to P7 now. I think load of these people are going to go for 2 laps in a row. So let's see. No, nothing here at the moment. Singular going to come across the line. Probably just starting a lap there. Literally didn't look like he improved at all. This one with another one. Well, Reshka, I'm going to say. I think they're both starting laps there. Looking at the AlphaTauris, might be having the best of times here. Yeah, both not really doing amazing laps at the moment. But yeah, I think at the moment ET8 Chris did ones next across the line, but they're going to start a lap as well. So I'm catching everybody at the wrong time here. Yeah, all starting laps. So let's see. Can we look at the Aston Martin? Let's say Aston Martin, a couple of seconds down Jack Alacco, so don't think they're going to be improving. Mercedes as well, a couple of seconds down, and really backed off there. So who is next on this long line here? Robinette is invalidated. We're not going to watch him. Rick also invalidated. We're not going to watch him. I don't know who else to watch. G Ghost, not going to watch him. He's 5 seconds down. This is a struggle to find who I want to watch here. Who will be the next one to come across? I think that's the one exiting Beckett. So where is that? Scaparo. I think that's how you say it. Also invalidated. The AlphaTauri there, that's the wrong AlphaTauri. This, the AlphaTauri, is going purple through the middle sector. So, failed here, looking like he's on a very nice lap, and where the AlphaTauris are at the moment, which is P12 and P14, was maybe going to change, but no, it's not for Spaled. He's only going to drop further down the field, and that was not a very good lap there, as he was pushing for that purple second sector and trying to get that fastest lap, and is now out of this qualifying session. The best he's going to start is in P12. Who will be next across the line? That'll be Access, but he is down his time. So who else is next? Reshka, 1.3 seconds up, to be fair. What is their time going to be? Oh, never mind. Did they improve? I don't even know if they improved then. Look, they had so much time gain, but they just didn't move up position. So they probably improved, but they just didn't move up. It's really surprised me. I was looking at their name and nothing happened. yeah, sorry about that. RS now next across the line. A couple of these guys I haven't mentioned yet, but we're going to definitely start seeing them as all these laps come in. Comes up to P11, so moves up a couple of places. We're going to then see another Haas, I think, Mercedes, now letting off, so they are not going to be coming across the line yet. That is a Aston Martin. Jackalacco, here we go, looking like Spale was such a good lap, yeah. Oh, and Jackalacco also suffering the same fate as Spale there, having a spin, but not having as much of a, not having as much of a consequence there, just having a little bit of a ruined lap. But they've still got about 10 minutes left in the session, I'm going to say. 8.5, close enough. Okay, G goes a couple of tenths up again. We know he made that mistake into the final corner. His lap is going to put him about 8 tenths clear of the field, a 34.7. Very nice from him. And then we're now going to watch, that is an Alpine again, isn't it? Yep, Scaparo going to come across the line, but yeah, still pushing. Okay, thought he was looking a little bit slow for the final corners there. Comes across the line, 38.9. May have been a mistake in that lap, but I'm not too sure. Or maybe just field spray is just that high in the wet, and that is very understeering against the first turn there. Doesn't look like any damage, but maybe it's a bit of a lack of confidence at the moment. Probably going to make that build up. I think that's Alpha Tower. Is that going to come into the pits? That's going to come into the pits. So yeah, Vans as well. Oh, well, Vans looking like he was going to start a lap there. Has had a spin as well. Hopefully for him that's not going to be an invalid lap. No, it's not. Although he's trying to get back on the power there. That is another hash across the line. I don't know where the hell other people are. But RS here. Okay, also on a lap. Low on fuel. However, that's not really going to matter to him. Is he going to come across the line? Goes P4. Very nice lap from him, jumping up from where he was down the lower end of the field. Who is next? Jackalacco is there on P6, also setting a lap. We've got Womack starting a lap. So I'm going to watch Jackalacco here. Come across, he's 1.8 down, so I'll jump off board with him for the moment. Where is he off Mercedes of G Ghost? 2.3 down as well. So, not looking like too many people are improving at the moment, and realistically, not looking like too many people are out setting laps. I think the only couple people on laps are the guys at the back here. Scaparo's a couple of tenths up on Scaparo, so his old lap, sorry. Couple of tenths up on his old lap. So we're just going to watch him come across the line eventually. So he was the one I was saying, lacking a little bit of confidence in these final couple of corners, and I mean, it's definitely looking better. It's definitely looking a lot better through these last couple of corners, so we're just going to see now where is this lap going to put him. Definitely a better lap, goes up to P13, 5.5 tenths gain there, so still good from him. And I think the last one I saw him, he was completely wide off at turn 1, so there's probably even more time for him there. Who will be next? Vans Racing with a shoe, although Womax has gone purple through the first sector, so both the Williams we're going to have a little watch at here, although no, Vans Racing is actually backed off their lap. I think I'm going to watch Womax here, although one more car ahead. That was a Haslek going slowly, and okay, Seb here is on an out lap. Good. Okay, we're going to watch Womax here, going through Magdeburg. It's a very fast section of the track, but it's still very treacherous in the rain. We're going to see now, hoping not to validate there, definitely leaves enough time, space, sorry, for that. Who's the fastest driver? I don't actually know. I mean, Ghost here is on pole by about 8 tenths, but I don't want to go ahead and say that he's the fastest driver because he's not leading the championship, Lifebout is. Might be a case of people not being able to get their lap together for the moment. But yeah, we're just going to see Womax. He was going purple through the first sector. We're going to see him come across the line, going up to P12. Is Lifebout pole merchant here too? I do not know. I genuinely don't know. Robinette there was starting a lap. Lifebout's in the garage still. We're going to see that Sim guy can come across the line. What is his time going to be? Up to P2. That's a much better showing from him. Another Haas across the line as well. Where are these guys? Starting a lap, never mind. Okay, starting up there, we got. Let's see people who aren't actually starting laps at the moment. Any of these guys at all. Not all of them are starting laps, so let's look at the track map here. Looks like Vans Racing is 1.8 up, so we're just going to watch him, actually, because he's one of the only guys I think who are setting laps at the moment, so let's just see him come across these next couple sectors. What is the time going to be? 3.2 up, but I'm going to assume he made that massive mistake in the last corner when we were watching him earlier, so Vans, I think, has got quite a bit more time to make up, missing the apex quite a bit there, but Yeah, we're going to see him come across the final couple of corners. I think this is where he made a big mistake last time, and he's locked up quite a bit there, trying to keep it steady on the track, but he has done it, to be fair to him. He'll come across the line. What is his time going to be? 39.1. He's a couple of tenths off P16, but nothing is going to happen there for him for the moment. That's an AlphaTauri that's come across the line, if I'm correct. So, yeah, no, it's starting a lap. Never mind. Padang. I think that's how you say the name. I'm not too sure. That was a purple sector. That is Mercedes F1. Haven't seen him too much this whole qualifying session, but now he's out again and he's set a fast purple sector. We're going to see what he's going to do. That was Robinette coming up to P4. We're just going to watch all eyes on Mercedes for the moment here, as he will be the next driver to actually finish the lap here. We're going to see him now come across the final corner. What is his time going to be? Up to P3 for the Haas, but still quite a bit down on the other two right ahead of him. So, I mean, we might have some clear wet weather drivers here, and hopefully for their sake, it's going to be wet weather in the race. We're going to see now Reshka come across the line. A purple final sector comes up to P3. Mercedes there as well come across the line. Who is that? That is Ghost, actually. That's not even Mercedes, that's this guy. PRL Motti Peretz. Yeah. But he is out of the final, he's out of P18 there, so I guess it's still small gains and small wins for him. Aston Martin across the line, that was Access, so yeah, he was down this time. Rick and Jackalaka here. Oh no, not Jackalaka, sorry. Rick and G Ghost. Looking like they're just trying to start laps basically at the same time as each other. Just saying Jackalaka because he's one of the other guys I know here. So yeah, they're both going to get 2 laps in, most likely. Speaking of Jackalaka, he's on a push lap at the moment, so we're just going to watch him for the moment. I'm going to actually get on some of the off-board views here at the moment. I've just been on board for most of the time, so this is going to get a bit of off-board views. I don't think anybody else has improved as of yet, although we're going to see a Ferrari probably cross the line in a second. I don't think anyone else has improved, but oh, here we go. That was a Reshka going up to P4. Jackalaka, this is a horrible camera angle. This is what I say on the on-board ones. Goes up to P7. Alfa Romeo behind him. That'll be a Seb there. As well, crashed on the start-finish straight, I assume. But yeah, he is done with his lap and done with his qualifying session. And Simguy has done a lap for pole position only by 3,000th of a second. So that is very close on top of the field here. We've got Robinette was up on his time, but something must have happened to him, going slowly there. But yeah, no one else is really going to set laps at the moment, I don't think. Yeah, I think everybody else was probably just finishing laps at the moment. So that'll be people like G Ghost, who will probably be vying for pole here. Maybe backing off until everything is right for them. Rick, however, is not doing that, and that is his teammate doing the same thing. Never mind, no, Rick is going to back off one more lap, but he's going to have quite a lot less of ERS there. That was Aston Martin crossing the line, but I don't think anything has really happened to their position. Yellow flag 62, that is a Haas that has spun. Looks like someone has a no fuel mode here as well. I'm not too sure who, because there's a constant yellow flag. I'm going to assume that is the Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari Robinette there. So, the Haas at the back there. Sure it was Mercedes F1, pretty sure, but okay, I'm struggling to find the drivers here. This is one of the more tougher things, actually. Right, okay, Jackalaka starting their final lap, never mind. I'm not too sure what is going on in that final sector, but we're just seeing 3 cars very close to each other. RS here is a couple of tenths down their time, but we're going to see them. This yellow flag is constantly telling me stuff, but I don't know when the session's going to end. I think I saw about 17 seconds there, 13 now. So there'll be only a couple people left to start their laps and finish their laps. We're going to see now RS come across the line. Scapara's retired. Spinning at Cops, that looks like. The exit, sorry. Yeah, so RS going to get their last lap in. That Ferrari will not be getting a last lap in. Spins across the line as well, but goes up to P4. That spin probably didn't help them too much. And that neither there, that massive slide for ETA Chris. Still sliding, but comes across the line for a 34.5. That is a very nice lap there. Despite all those slides, Mercedes F1 now, I'm not sure they improved, but they have gone up to P6. RS will be one of the next cross line. Rick has invalidated, so he's not going to get any higher than P10. G Ghost, one of the other contenders in pole position, nearly 3/10 up there, on course pole position. As long as they don't mess up these final couple of corners, G Ghost is going to come across the line now. What is it going to be? Is it going to be pole position? It is by a 1/10 of a second, less than that even. So now we're going to see if anyone else can be able to challenge them. Palang is down at P15, so maybe not, but we're going to see them still come across the line. It's not looking like a pole position type lap, but we're going to see if they can go upfield any more. Maybe up to about P12 here. Let's see. Comes across the line, goes up to P13. We're going to now see Womax here, 1.7 up, so very nice improvements there. But we're going to need a little bit more. They want to try and challenge for those midfield spots. Womax now is going to come across the line, goes up to P10, so almost right in the midfield. That is an Aston Martin spinning as well, of Jackalacco. I think that one more driver is hit across the line. RS is going to back out, so I think that is your grid. So yeah, RS backed out, Jackalacco has span, so he's going to just quickly make sure he finishes across the line. Has a spin for good measure, breaks his car completely. So yeah, that is your grid, and that is very, very close, might I say. That is actually very, very close. Let's see if we can, I see any gaps at all. Here we go. Right, yeah, so G Ghost, with the fastest time by less than 10 per second to ET8 Chris, who, if I'll be honest here, Palang's at the session, so someone had to add them back. But yeah, I think without that slide there, ET8 Chris, across the final corner, sorry, ET8 Chris definitely would have had that pole position, I feel like, without those couple of slides. Sim guy there, up in P3 as well, and then there's a massive gap to Robinette there, and the two Ferraris, who, I mean, one's completely crashed, but there we go. So yeah, that is your top 5. I'm just waiting, there we go. I was waiting for that to disappear there, but there we go, that is everyone at the moment. Yeah, only in intermediate conditions, but I think everyone was struggling for that grip out there. So yeah, not even the worst the race can get. But here we go, right. G Ghost on pole position in Mercedes. ET Chris lines up alongside in the front row. Sim Guy rounds out the top 3. Robinette and Reshka sharing P4 and P5 on the Ferrari row, basically there. Mercedes F1 in P6 in the Haas, unironically. Jack Lacko in P7. Lightbound in P8. RS P9. Womax rounds out the top 10. Then we got Rick VE, who unfortunately for them actually invalidated a lap and starts quite far down at the moment. Access Kings, I'm just going to say that is, in P12, Seb Mail in P13, P14 goes to Palang, P15 goes to Scaparo, P16 goes to Spelled Wrong after that lap goes wrong for them in the session, PRL Motti in P17, and Vans Racing rounds up the grid. Only just got that one. But yeah, there we go. A pretty eventful qualifying, so let's see. What is the race going to be right here for us? Let's see if it's going to rain first off here, see if there's any rain at all. Well, we're just going to wait for all the drivers to do their positions, and no. I mean, I don't think there's going to be any rain, but those clouds do look very overcast there, so we're going to have to see what is going to happen there. We're just going to wait for all the drivers to select their tyres. I'm not sure of the formation that's on here, but I'm going to assume it is. And yeah, G Ghost actually has got their first pole of the season there. And that's actually quite impressive, considering they're only 1 point off the lead of the drivers. In fact, they're 1 point off the lead of the drivers in this series. So, yeah, congratulations to them. After 6 rounds, and I don't know how many more you've done in other tiers, you have got a pole position, so good job. Very good job from you. Yeah, I think the strategy here for me is a soft medium. I'm pretty sure that's probably what other people are going to do, or maybe a medium hard. We're going to have to see what people do here. Soft hard as well. Also in the a viable strategy here. But I think for me this is going to be no formation lap. Okay, so we're going to go straight in to the race. All right. Here we go. I think this is it. It's not showing me anything, but here we go. 5 lights are going to be out. And we are underway, and G Ghost looks like he's got a pretty equal start to ETA Chris, but ETA Chris is on the soft tyre, eking ahead into turn 1. ETA Chris takes the lead of the Grand Prix, looking like no one's had any contact over the far back there. Sim Guy is also trying to challenge as G Ghost going a little bit deep into that corner. Is there going to be any form of switchback here for Simguy? No, none at all. Surprise, there is no contact here in the first lap of the moment, but Easy Chris has got the dream getaway for him. He's now 7 tenths ahead. Simguy now is pressuring GG Ghost, or Ghost really. I still don't know how to say these names, but yeah, Simguy on the inside turns to the outside line. He's going to break quite deep. No contact still. One of the Ferraris almost then make contact with Simguy at the back there. No one is looking like they're going to make moves with Cox, so they're all turning on the ERS, desperately trying to make time here. And ETA Chris is already nearly a second ahead on those soft tyres, so we know how much they wear out. That is Simguy going a little bit wide there, trying to use a bit more ERS there. Yellow flag, that is Ace Kings and a couple of other drivers, Ace Kings and Wumax, both are spinning out there at Cox. I'm not sure what's happened there between them two, but they have definitely got more problems now. Simguy is now going to get taken over here by Robinette. In the Ferrari, using that battle of ERS, but they are still kind of alongside here. Simguy tries to keep it on the inside, doesn't allow any contact, but yeah, Simguy is still ahead. Now down towards Vale, nothing is going to happen here. Lifebow as well, on the outside, trying to make all those positions up, but goes way too deep into that corner. Is now back down from P6 after being, I think, momentarily off from P3. ETA Chris sets that fastest lap, and that was a very eventful lap one there. That was almost contact between Rick and Lifebout there as well. And that is a Ferrari going wide on Reshka. Lifebout to the inside. Is he going to make the move here? He is going to make the move, almost squeezes him out completely. Oh, and the Ferrari almost makes contact with Rick there. Rick, no, that's not, yeah, there's Rick. Rick has to go wide. And Jakalaka is now on the inside. They have somehow, barely any drivers have made contact here. And this is perfect. This is some amazing racing here. Seb gets past RS there, hopefully no contact between these guys either. And RS tries to keep it running outside. Seb has to keep it very close on the outside there, but it might look like that they have to go side by side with Cops here. From what we've seen from the drivers behind, this is not going to go well. Seb taking the outside line, but they are going to back out going into Cops. And now, right, okay, the game suggests soft medium here, but I prefer soft medium. Around this track, it still works completely well, and here is a pretty different set of tyres here. Mercedes as well picked up the first 3 second penalty. I'm not sure that will be any glitch penalties there at all, but that is definitely not what you want in the first 2 laps. And as he's now going to get overtaken here by Spelled Wrong, who didn't have a great qualifying, but he's up to P9 on the hard tyres. Mercedes trying to go for the outside here, brakes later on the hards, but nothing is going to happen for them. ETA Chris still setting those fastest laps, and crucially really, out of DRS range, as Lifebout is going to try and get in the DRS range of these guys, and definitely does look like he's going to do that completely fine there. So, we're just going to quickly look at tyres here. So, we've got G-Ghost, who can still pull off a medium soft, definitely. ETA Chris going aggressive, so this could be soft hard or soft medium. Simguy with the hard tyres can basically do almost anything here. So, yeah, I mean, there's a load of different tyre strategies here, but as I say that, Lifebout on the inside, the only strategy he needs at the moment is to get past the drivers before his softs wear out, and he's doing exactly that up into P4. Is Simguy going to be a good teammate and let Lifebout go? Probably maybe down the straight. We'll have to have a look. Not this one, but the one after Max and Beckett's, the DRS. Just making sure he gets all the DRS benefits of trying to catch, but he goes very wide there. That'll definitely be a warning for him, unless there is something wrong with this game. But you know, he's going to push quite a bit through Magus and Beckett's now. Lifebout still looking pretty good. A little bit of a wobble, but he's looking quite fine here. Is Simguy going to let off the throttle at all? It looks like he's pulling to the outside, but no, nothing for Simguy there. Probably trying to keep as much DRS advantage as he can on the hard tyres. And that will be Jakalaka also getting past Rick V there, who looked like he broke very early for that corner, but does catch up a little bit to the end there. Lifebout still on the back of Simguy, but at the moment these two are not really playing some sort of team game here. Rick is also having some very, very major issues here, having to deal with Spelled Wrong on the outside, and he does keep position still, but that is Rick. I mean, after being P11, he's still not making as much gains as you think, and is having to fight a lot more than you might think at the moment. But, you know, Lifebout is a lot closer to his teammate now, and he's going to get the DRS. Is he going to turn on the ERS? He is. Is Simguy? No, Simguy isn't. So, yeah, as it stands here, it looks like Lifebout is going to get past Simguy. Both the Red Bulls going side by side, hopefully for them. There's no contact between them both. Simguy looks like he's just going to let them through. And yeah, they both look like they've got some very nice pace at the moment. Yellow flag, sector 1. Not sure what's happened, but it looks further down the field. And I think that's Palang. That has probably made a bit of contact there. Or just spun around. So, There we go. Sim Guy will be now under threat from Robinette as Lifebout looks to chase past and pass. Chase past and pass Coast. There we go. Took me a second there. But yeah, the Ferrari teammates here, both on the same tyres, but one is looking a little bit faster than the other at the moment. Robinette here on the back of Sim Guy, and we're going to see he's not looking like he's going to be able to make a move at the moment, but the tyre advantage is still there, so he'll probably eventually start making that move in a couple of laps' time if he would like to. But at the moment, I think he's quite comfortable sitting behind the DRS at the moment. And the DRS, E8 Chris is going to come across to start lap 5, and I think that's his teammate also getting past. Well, I was going to say getting past, but going completely wide off the track there. And Scaparo gets ahead. These two are side by side, the Haas and the Alpine of RS and PRL. RS breaks latest and gets ahead. PRL is not going to be able to provide that one back at the moment. Rick V's on the back of Jackalacco, so he might have heard me here, getting a little bit more pace into that car and starting to drop spell wrong a little bit here, but now he's got the problem of trying to pass Jackalacco. He goes a little bit wide, clips the curb a little bit, so that's going to lose him quite a bit of time. But no, there's not like he's going to make a move here. The one who's more likely to make a move is Spell Wong, but he is wrong, sorry. But no, actually, as I say that, Rick was trying to make a move there on Jackalacco. Jackalacco goes a little bit wide. Rick had a bit of the overspeed, and he's blocked off Spell Wong a little bit. I said Spell Wong again. Ignore me, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah, sorry. Rick still using his ERS there, trying to make moves on Jackalacco. Is he going to try and go on the inside of Cox here? It's a very brave move. He wants to try and do that. A lot of respect between the drivers, but Jackalacco does go a bit wide there. Rick makes the move. There might be a slight talk about that one, but they both have come out unscathed, which is definitely good for both of them there. If that ended in any sort of contact, that would definitely be some tears right there. But Rick does go a little bit wide there, does not have the DRS anymore. Was he overtaking Compton's mistake? It definitely looks like it, because Spelled Wrong is also going to try and make it almost 3 wide. Thinks about it for a second there. Jackalacco gets ahead of Rick. Rick cannot hang around the outside, but Spelled Wrong here is looking like he's on the attack. Rick might break a little bit late here to defend from Spelled Wrong. Does indeed do so. Has a little bit of a snap there. Jackalacco makes a tiny bit of wheel banging with him there and is still there on the outside, but Rick has just backed off a little bit. He's going to try and think of a move into turn 1. Doesn't do it. A little bit of a lift off there actually, and that has slowed him up quite a lot there. And now we've got Mercedes also there joining the pie. So yeah, this is a four car battle for only P7 at the moment. I'm not too sure how valuable points are, but I'm pretty sure that all these guys want as many points as they can get here. Palang will be the next, will be the third driver actually to pick up a penalty in this race. Spelled Wrong gets past Rick VE. Sim Guy as well is also just got past Lifebout, wherever. Oh no, Lifebout's on the outside again. So those two were going side by side. I completely missed that one. It might have been a bit of a mistake there from Lifebout, or maybe just the tyres starting to wear out. And that was also a mistake from G Ghost, so he's going to be under threat from Lifebout and the other Red Bull behind. They've got to make sure they don't mess this opportunity up if you're Lifebout, because this will be around the lap where you with your tyres will start to switch from the faster tyres to the slower ones as the wear starts to kick in. But at the moment, nothing of doing here. G Ghost doesn't have DRS, so this will be Lifebout's lap, or will be the next lap definitely. And yeah, there we go, Spelled Wrong. Pick up another guy there, gets past Jackalacco. Rick on the inside. A very nice camera angle here actually from the back of the AlphaTauri. Jackalacco just cuts across Rick. Is there going to be any moves into this corner? No, there is not. Doesn't look like there's any sort of contact there. I think Rick broke quite early. But there we go. We're going to now see everyone here. The top 5 is almost separated by only a couple seconds here. Does not look like G Ghost got DRS there on the back of ET8 Chris. We're going to see now, as he comes across here, is there any DRS for the Mercedes man? There is not. So those soft tyres are still holding out just enough for ET8 Chris. So not only saved the ERS actually, mind you, he's on 70%, but G Ghost as well is going to be under threat here as well. So this is definitely exactly what ET8 Chris wants on these laps right here. So now we're going to see these guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, we are going to see these guys, both the Red Bulls here, the P3 and P4, once again on different tyre strategies. So yeah, I'm just going to see here actually as well, RS there gets past Seb. Once again, we've seen these two fight a little bit as well for low positions on the grid. Lifebout was also very close to G Ghost. I'm probably going to say this is the move done and dusted for him. Turning ERS, making sure he can't defend, and he does not. Yellow flag 6-2, and that is contact with I'm going to say on the Williams, maybe. And, well, King's here as well. So King's is now spun around and in last. I think that was, I'm not sure I was getting a penalty. I think that might have been Seb. Might be wrong there. But yeah, RS making another move, actually. Getting past Scaparo. But yeah, these are pretty much how you'd expect the tyres to be in terms of order. ET Chris and Lifebell both leading on those soft tyres. G Ghost on the mediums, and Sim Guy actually probably one of the standouts here on the hard tyres. So he's going to be the one who is, I'm going to say, most likely a threat for this race. There'll be that, there'll be those, and the soft runners, because they're going to get some very nice undercuts if they can do it. Lifebell is now the one in G Ghost's situation without that DRS, but is trying to push for it. Little flag 6-3, that is Palang completely off there. I'm not sure what's happened, but he is completely up into the grass. If he can find his way back onto the track, that will be helpful for him. And he does so on the hard tyres, and he, well, I don't know about that one. Well, he's definitely broken his front wing. I don't think there's going to be any safety car for that. And if there is, that'd be perfect time for the soft guys coming in for a set of hards. Yellow flag also now in sector 2. That was Scaparo spinning around, almost into the back of another car there. That was Kings there replacing a front wing, so there might have actually been a bit of contact with Palang and Kings there. So not going to jump to conclusions, but nothing's really going to tell me I'm wrong there for the moment. PRL also picking a penalty there. So yeah, now we're going to look. We have actually got one of the Ferraris with Robinette, basically completely out of threat from his teammate for the moment, but I think more importantly here for him is on the back of Sim Guy, and he's the closest here actually out of these five. I think the whole top five here separated by less than 3 seconds, and what looks to be all on quite different tyre strategies. Only on lap 9 this race so far. Yellow flag next to 2 again, that is Palang, yeah, so I think Palang is just not having a good time with that broken front wing, and if they're not careful they're going to get lapped eventually here. So I mean, unfortunate for them, but yeah, it's just not looking good for them at the moment. That is Kings there coming across the pass, but they've got to make sure not to make any contact between them, because they are technically still racing, both on the same lap. And yeah, Palang with that fully damaged wing is not going to enjoy this section, has to back out there, as Kings is definitely going to go, and that's Palang off into the wall, and that is him out of the session. Is that a safety car at all? That is not going to be anything. So I think that is not going to be good news for the soft runners, and for anyone else who actually wants to try and overtake here, although that's cleared up quite quickly. But no, I think that's a bit annoying for the soft runners there, because I feel like they wanted to definitely have a cheap pit stop there under that safety car, but they can't do that anymore. That was PRL getting past Seb there. It was on the outside of Cops. Actually, like a pretty decent fight there. Shame I missed it, but yeah, let's go see now. Actually, are these different camera angles with the Alfa Romeo? This is a very close halo. But yeah, no. Who was also very close there was Lifebell, always into the back of ETA Chris. But nothing he's going to do with there. Rick still trying to make moves off that P10. It makes a tiny bit of contact there with Mercedes. It clouts the curb massively, but it doesn't look like anything's going to happen here for him yet. If there's anything for him here, it will be probably into turn 3, unless he wants to be ballsy, make a move into turn 1. Nothing's really going to happen there for him yet. Maybe into turn 3, is anything going to happen for him? He looks like he's too far back to make a lunge, and he is too far back. Seb as well, he's going to be the next driver to come into the pits after Kings here. So, I think we're going to also see Spaled here, trying to get past this Ferrari. One Ferrari's a little bit further up the field. Spaled is, got a massive snap there, almost went into the back of that Ferrari and took them out. And that was some very strong words there in a chat with them. But yeah, no, Mercedes here has now been passed by Rick as we were watching those two. Mercedes, are they going to try anything going into Cops on the other Mercedes here? Does not look so. But yeah, no, I think we had to avoid those guys for a second here, as we might have a fight for the lead here, like about turning on the DRS. No ERS over the moment, but he's letting off, so he definitely wants the DRS for these next couple of laps. But he's got to be very wary of Ghost. If he catches him off guard here at all, but nothing hitting, those two are going to come in for a very early stop. So that is probably going to be for the hard tyres. EK Christmas on a 5-second penalty, which is definitely not good for his race. So he can't sub that yet, unless he wants to do another 2-stop. Like the game had suggested, then he is not going to do that. Palang is off the session after that crash. So yeah, think everyone's going to go a little bit radio silent at the moment after those guys on the softs were pitting. So looks like ETA Chris has been. I don't know what that was. It looked like he was held up there for a second, but nothing there. But no, they're going on to the medium tyres to the end of the race, presumably. But I do not know here. I mean, the strategy said for a 2-stop, so it still could be on the cards for them. But I think here a better strategy is a 1-stop for them. Scapara there's also had a little spin, but I'm just going to ignore that for a second. The spell wrong is on the outside of Reshka, so hard tyres starting to work in their favour, and he's going to get ahead momentarily here. Almost a full car width ahead. Is Reshka going to turn the DRS here going towards Cops? No, they're probably going to wait till that DRS gets to them. Sim Guy as well is another person who's going to be trying to go in that DRS window. Mercedes on the inside of Rick, but is Rick going to go for a switch back here into the inside, into the first bit of Max and Beckett's? They're still side by side. Mercedes tries to go for a little bit of cutback there, and as I say that, G Ghost and Sim Guy side by side. There is a lot of action happening on this field. Is Sim Guy going to go for the inside? No, but G Ghost made a little bit of a lock up there, but nothing's going to happen there. Reshka gets past spelled wrong, and it looks like Mercedes has to deal with Rick in front of him for another lap at least. Spelled wrong is still there on the back. EJ Chris gets past PRL. He's also going to get past my light belt. Those two have both pit. Look like PRL just kind of backed out for them, which is a very nice thing to do for them. So yeah, these two are also going to try racing each other here. That is PRL also going to the pits. So that is the wear of the medium tyres from what it looks like. Sim Guy is on the back of G Ghost once again. Is he going to try and think about making a move here? The hard tyres are probably statistically better by now, but there is still no move to be made for Sim Guy. So yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. He's riding that car quite a lot there, and that is not really gaining much time there. He's now about 4 or 5 tenths there. Mercedes gets past Rick there as well once again. So these two are having some very nice battles here, I'd actually like to say here, but is Rick going to do anything on Cops corner? That is not the exit you want if you want to try and do something there, and he is not really going to get anything here for the moment. It doesn't look like he's going to do anything. He's got quite a lot of straight line speed, to be fair, but we're just going to focus off that for a second, because the last time I was looking at them, these two are having a battle, and it looks like they're going to have a battle again. G Ghost moves to the inside, but Sim Guy goes even further down to it, and Sim Guy is still behind him. G Ghost trying to come into the pits. That was almost massive bits of contact there. That could have been race ending for G Ghost. And definitely could have been something for Sim Guy there, but yeah, that is... Well, Sim Guy taking a lead first of all, and that was almost a monumental crash. So yeah, Spelled Wrong will move up into P2. These are all the medium tyres now starting to come into the pits, and these are the hard tyres keeping out for a little bit longer. And the benefit of the hard tyres is if there is ever a safety car, I mean it's on reduced so it still can happen, there is ever a safety car, then they have got that basically free pit stop here. And we're just going to look down all this field here. Nothing's really going on for the moment. Lifebow and... Oh, if I can spectate them in time. Okay, Lifebow and ETA Chris looks like they're just sticking on the back of each other. And realistically, this is the fight for the net race lead at the moment. These two, they were both in the lead at this time, but of course they're down to P6 and P7 all making those pit stops. But yeah, once everyone else ahead does make a pit stop, they should be in the lead of the race. But ETA Chris, remember, does have that fighting penalty. So I'm pretty sure he's just trying not to go a bit mental with what he's doing at the moment, because he knows he has that penalty still for speeding in the pit lane. But he might still try and hold up Lifebout for any interference with his driver's charge or constructor's charge from Red Bull. Because as you know, I think they were 26 points ahead, if I'm correct, heading into this round. So he might try and do something there, never know. But yeah, at the moment the Red Bull is going to catch the Haas driver of RS, who still gets hit on the hard tyres, and they're going to be the first one to be caught by these medium tyres. Sim Guy is in the pits on the hard tyres, so he's going to probably do an equal amount of laps on the mediums and the hards. Yeah, so there we go, that is both of them flying past there. It's basically, it looked like it was just a back marker there, basically trying to fight, but realistically, what can they do? They're defensive, really, on those tyres, against those fresher mediums, much fresher mediums, mind you. But yeah, Sim Guy coming out on a set of mediums as well, as I was saying. And Jack Iker will follow him. Will follow him in as with Mercedes here. We're going to see what they're going to put onto. Probably mediums for both of them, I'm going to assume. Looks like Jackalacco has, and Mercedes, are they going to do the same? Pitting on for that set of mediums, yes. So, where is Sim Guy in all of this? He is out quite a way away behind Lifebound and ETA Chris, so he has got some time to make up, and it's only a couple lap pressure mediums. So that is going to be quite difficult for Sim Guy to make up, and he's also got past maybe one or two more cars here still. G Ghost, who's also put onto the hard tyres actually, is ahead of Sim Guy, so, I mean, he's ahead by a little bit more. Lifeout picks up that freezing penalty, which is also quite crucial if Sim Guy can make that gap, or actually even, Robinette here on the hard tyres, because they're still really quite good towards the end of the race. G Ghost as well, always trying to catch up to these guys, but yeah, no, Lifeout still have ET8 Chris, but ET8 Chris, with that freezing penalty, he might, with the 5-second penalty, you might saw Lifeout's 3-second penalty, starting to charge a little bit there. Lifeout not going to defend this run, and his ET8 Chris now in a net leaderless race. Spell Wrong is probably just trying to go for a hard soft strategy here, or he's just trying to stick out for a safety car. So that is still a decent strategy for him, but you can tell he's going to lose a lot of time compared to these guys. He had 31-2. What is ET8 Chris going to do? Even still being stopped behind Lifeout, 28-7. So they're going to gain about 2.5 seconds at a rate per lap. That was both the Williams fighting there. Womack gets past Vans Racing. Jackalacco is under threat from Reshka, the other Ferrari, in this race. And looks like I'm just trying to go for a little bit of a slowing fast out, but they couldn't do that at all. However, I'm saying that they couldn't do it in the final corner. Are they going to do it round the outside of turn? Well, this would be a lovely move if they could do it, but no, Jackalacco just stays ahead. And the Williams there as well is also very close. Hopefully there's no contact between these guys. The Williams goes wide on those old mediums. Still is one of the only drivers on the pit. Yellow flag in sector 1. That looked like Scaparo going completely off the track there. Sorry about that. Reshka has got past Vans here. But the thing is, both these guys now DRS. Are any of them going to try and make any sort of move here? No, they're not. They know they're safe. So, Jackalacco now is going to be ahead of Reshka, and he's going to catch the other Williams, who has not hit yet, of Womack. So both of these guys probably trying to hope for a safety car, but it does not look like it's going to happen here, at least for the moment. However, anything can happen in this sport, in league racing especially. We know how much chaos league racing has been recently, especially in esports leagues, but no, nothing for the moment. Reshka, still on the back of Jackalacco, but he's even further on the back there. Womack made a little bit of a mistake there. G Goes picks up a freezing penalty as well, so that is definitely crucial for their race. Spedwong finally comes to the pits there. Reshka on the inside. Are they going to make the move? No, they can't on those hard tyres. So, now we're going to look at G Ghost here. As I was saying, he's picking up a freezing penalty. He's on the inside of Light, but they both had to lift off quite a bit there because they didn't know they were going to come together at all. That's going to allow Sim Guy to come through and sweep it to basically net P2 of this race, I feel like, because after they all start catching up to their drivers, I think ETA Chris, yeah, I think he might have this one at the moment. But yeah, no, Lightbow is only falling so far back on the field here. Don't know what's going on, but Robinette is now past. Does Lightbow have damage at all? It doesn't look it, but he's going quite slowly at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on. This looks like maybe an AI type driving here. So I think Lightbow might have disconnected from the session here. He is... yeah, I think he might be driving like an AI, so I think he's disconnected from the session. As I say that, Reshka and Jackalacco are both fighting, almost just coming into contact, but they aren't going to go into any sort of spins here. Jackalacco on the inside, Reshka, they're going to be side by side through to Cops here. Simguy's also close to G Ghost, so we're going to watch him into a second. Jackalacco is going to back off away from Reshka, so yeah, Lifebout is definitely going to be an AI here. There is something going on with him. Sim Guy flies past G Ghost as well on the medium tyre, so Sim Guy easily one of the candidates for the win today. ETA Chris as well. If he can bridge enough of a gap in these last 10 laps, then he's got quite a lot of DRS to do so, but it's going to be quite tough because those mediums are definitely fresher and they're going to be definitely better. Reshka is getting past now by Jackalacco and Speed Wrong. One of the only drivers not pitting this race at the moment is Womack, actually. No, I think he has actually pit. He just pit very, very, very early on, so I'm going to class him as one of the only drivers to not pit this race because I'm pretty sure he's pit with that one, and he's not really done much else since, so yeah. I'm just going to assume that actually, yeah, he's on 16.5 beating. Oh no, he might not pit. Okay, I don't actually think he's pit, never mind, ignore me. So yeah, I think he's the only one out to pit yet. That is odd on. That was G Ghost getting past Sim Guy. Sim Guy's still hanging out on the inside. I was going to look at Sphere Wrong, seeing what he's going to do, but no, this is the more important battle. Sim Guy not able to break away from G Ghost just yet. G Ghost on the outside. Are they going to do any sorts of side by side intercops? We've seen the Mercedes and the Red Bull do it before, and that's not ended out well. But now it's ended out well, without contact at least. So those two are going to be sat battling for a lap longer. Actually, I'm going to watch them still here, as G Ghost is still pretty close here, going into Max and Beckett's. And that was not the best Max and Beckett's there in some of the entrances for Sim Guy, but he does get a very nice exit. We're going to now see G Ghost not turning on the ERS, just pure DRS here. Doesn't look like he's going to make a move. Yeah, he backs out at the last second. So those two are still quite close to each other actually. Resh picks up a free penalty as well. Those two are not going to do anything else there. Speed Wrong, however, he's going to do something on the fresh soft tyres, might I add. I didn't actually pick up he was on the fresh soft tyres, but he is now, and he's going to go through past Jackalacco and up into P6 on track. Not sure what he's going to do after penalties if he has got enough of them, but yeah. Life up here is only falling even further behind, so this is definitely some sort of AI. 36-1, 7.5 seconds away from what he was doing. So, Lightback said he had some form of disconnect here, unless I just disconnected or something, I don't know. Womack comes to the pits finally. The final driver, who didn't come into the pits beforehand, is now pit. Mercedes also picking up a free penalty there. So yeah, G Ghost still on the back of Sim Guy, but nothing is going to happen now. Spell Wrong is not going to be on the threat here. Jackalacco's got DRS, but he is so far back for the moment, so nothing's going to happen there. G Ghost a little bit further back now. You can tell that those mediums are still a better tyre at the moment. But yeah, just having a look for now. G Ghost. Actually, hold on, Spell Wrong. Just got his life pass AI. I feel like every time that's going to be an actual proper move, but no, Lifebout is just struggling a lot there. Rick picks up that free second penalty as well, which is not going to help his race. Singar was going to the inside there. I think it might be one defensive move, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter here because G Ghost is not going to make a move at all, actually. So yeah, G Ghost, nothing is going to happen for him at the moment. Jackalacco as well. He's going to be one of the guys who's going to try and make a move, and it looks like he's going to be a bit more successful here. On the inside of Lifebout, this is AI, so it's not going to be too much of an interesting battle, but there we go, he does go through. So Lifebout here, after realistically having a good chance at scoring some very good points, that's going to now hold up the Ferrari that he was once fighting beforehand, but he's now, look at that, he's holding up the AI. This is how slow the AI is on this game, especially when you compare it to this Elite League. So, yeah, not looking very good for Lifebout here. So that is one of the Red Bulls basically out of the picture, and that is G Ghost as well. When you think about it, he's now going to take the championship lead. Unless there's something really bad happen to him as well, Mercedes are also going to get quite a bit more points if Rick catches and passes Lifebout, which is looking very, very likely when it eventually does happen. It'll probably be sometime this lap, really, knowing how slow this AI is, but no, nothing's going to happen here. G Ghost is now going to be the one in the back of Simco. I'm just going to look at penalties now, because all I'm really looking at is a tyre, delta and advantage, but no, he's one of the only guys close together, although we're just going to watch them for the moment. We're not going to pay attention to the penalties. We're going to watch G Ghost. Are they going to make a move on Sim Guy now? Third time's a charm, they normally say, and it is going to work now. G Ghost on the inside of Sim Guy, no contact there, but they're still going to go almost side by side. Is G Ghost going to switch to the inside? No. So they're both going to stay in that formation for a little while longer. So, ETA Chris has actually kept a gap to Sim Guy at the moment. He's still got about 2 seconds to catch, and he is also under threat from G Ghost, who does have a free second penalty of his own, but he is not helping him whatsoever. This ETA Chris is still just keeping a good gap here, and as I said earlier, was one of the main contenders for the win. The other main contender was Lifebout, who would have been right next to them, but now has disconnected and just, yeah, he's just falling down the field even more. Rick, I was going to say he was going to pass him that lap, it was almost like that, but he's got to watch out into turn one, because the AI breaks quite a bit going into his first turn. I think he knows that. Probably going to go on the inside here, and then it's going to be a done move. There we go. Rick passed Lifebout there, but he's almost going to get switched back by the AI actually. But no, nothing's going to happen there between them. I'm really sorry for that disrespect, Rick, but it did look like it was going to happen for a second. But no, we're moving into the last about 6 laps or 7 laps of this race, however you want to view it. Let's check out this lap as well. We're making a little bit of a slide there for ETA Chris, but I don't know, that's just me. G Ghost on the back of Sim Guy. Once again, we've seen these two fight again. And is G Ghost gonna make it 4th time sticking behind Sim Guy, or is he not going to do it? He's going to choose the outside line this time. He's going to have the better grip through the corner on the outside. Definitely better traction. They're still side by side going into Vale. Who's going to be last on the brakes? And it's, well, Sim Guy on the inside. Almost a copycat of Leclerc versus Perez in real life last year. They are still side by side somehow. Sim Guy is just going to get ahead, but his G Ghost going to cut it back a little bit. There is going to be no funny business with the brakes at all, as we saw last time with Lifebound and Chris. G Ghost almost on the inside, almost making contact, and just can't find a way through Sim Guy. And this is only even more music to ETA Chris's ears, because even if he gets a 3-second penalty, these guys are just going to keep fighting, keep fighting, and they just can't catch him. They won't be able to get that gap in time. G Ghost still on the back here, but nothing is going to be done of that. And here we go. Now I'm just going to see all these penalties. Oh, and Sim Guy has made a mistake. Oh, I just went off board of him, and Sim Guy's made a mistake, and he has spun. So this has almost certainly handed the win to ETA Chris, bar anything else. I don't think there was any form of contact there, because Sim Guy was clear of G Ghost. And with only 5 laps left, Sim Guy and Lifebout, the two main drivers in Red Bull, have not had the best race today. And this is all Mercedes news here. This is all Mercedes, really. Not all Mercedes news. It's all Mercedes ears here. There's the news of these guys basically dropping out here. P4 and P10 are not going to really score enough points to basically overthrow a P2 and a P8 at the moment. However, it might turn to P9 if RS can keep that gap. One more thing I am going to look at is the warnings. So I'm just going to look at the warnings of drivers who haven't got a penalty yet. Robinette, very well, keeping it clean there. No warnings at all. Sim Guy as well, also keeping it clean with no warnings. Who else does not have one yet? RS, Womax and Vans. Let's see. What are they doing? RS, looks like they got 2 warnings, so they're 1 away from penalty. Womax as well, 1 warning on lap 2 and nothing else since. They have still got warning in hand. Vans got 2 warnings, so there's 2 pretty close to a penalty. But yeah, out of all these guys, looks like Robert Nett is actually been one to benefit. And that feels very strange because he was quite far behind. When you consider where he started on the grid in this race and where he is now. I mean, he's up into P3. A possible P2 position is on the cards if his hard tyres click at the very end of this race. However, G Ghost is also going to have some hard tyres click at the very end of this race. Ace is looking like he's going to retire into the pit lane here as he's fed in the pit lane. Or maybe going for a faster slap, I'm not too sure, but yeah, 11-second penalty is not going to do anything there. Also in last place. RS is still on the back of Rick here, so while it may not be the best day, hold on, yeah, 8 seconds for tires 1 second. Thought I would crash then, but yeah. While it may not be the best day for Red Bull, God, I can't speak today. May not be the best day for them, but it's also not an amazing day for the Mercedes team. I mean, one is up in P2, but yeah, the other is down in P8 at the moment, and could be P9. Rick trying to go completely away from RS's slipstream here, but DRS and ERS is just too powerful. RS moves ahead. I think Rick knows he can't do too much to defend this, but he's still on the outside there. Still gets the grip and traction. Side by side once again through Vale we go. RS on the outside. Rick trying to go for a cutback, but it's failed on him as RS keeps that inside line, and he is through. Yellow flag as Womax is out of the session. 5-second penalty for severe collision for PRL there, so I'm not sure what's happened. Yeah, something definitely bad has happened there. Surprisingly, no safety car. We've had 2 big crashes there at Max and Beckett's, but nothing has come of it. I'm pretty sure safety car. Let me check the safety car settings. Are they on reduced or is completely off? Because that feels safety car's off. So I'm not sure that's meant to be there. Actually, I'm pretty sure if I read through the settings, safety car was meant to be on reduced. So let me have a quick look at this. Right, let's see. So I'm sorry about kind of leaving this one out to dry for the moment, but
at the moment, I think this is going to be the only bit of excitement we're going to see for the moment, these last couple of laps. So we are just going to watch this actually at the moment. DRS, EMS, Rumac saves the session, but Reshka on the inside, Jakalako, this is for position for P6, and Reshka does get ahead, hopefully no contact between them either. Jakalako either going to look to the inside, no, nothing of that there. Reshka clean and through on Jakalako. Yellow flag 6-2, that's PRL now retiring the session, so we've got everyone retiring. But there's still no safety car because the setting is turned off. And I'm pretty sure that they're not meant to be. If I'm going to be 100% sure here, I'm not too sure what the stuff is here. Oh god, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be reduced. So that's definitely not good news for this race. Probably, I don't know if they actually made that or glitch with Codemasters, never know. But that is, yeah, that's definitely not what I want to see. I'm trying to find where it is. I'm trying to see where it is, but I don't know if I can see it at the moment. No, I'm not too sure where. I'm really not sure. Let's see. You know, Jakalako still on the back of Reshka, so these guys will be the only ones who will be fighting here for the final couple of laps here. Let me just see if anyone actually said it at all, because I'm still just not fully sure, but yeah. Here we go, Jakalako on the outside of Reshka. Reshka is going to let that one go as well, so both of them are just going to play games of DRS until the final couple of laps, and realistically the final lap actually at the moment. Let's see. I'm still trying to find, yeah, lobby settings, safety car on reduced, and that is not what's happened here. So look, if we look to rules and flags, safety car turned off, so we could have had a safety car in the last couple of laps, but no, that's turned out not to be. Could have had a safety car mid-race, but that's also turned out not to be. That was Reshka almost going to the back there, Jakalako, but yeah, a lack of a safety car there. So a lobby setting bug definitely there. I know there is a bug now where if you load a lobby setting from a preset lobby, then it gets basically destroyed, and safety car formation, that bug gets turned off. Reshka on the inside there, Jakalako. Jakalako does go wide, but it's still some very nice racing we're seeing here. Jakalako gets through, but some very nice sportsmanship as well. Jakalako letting past Reshka to make sure there's no funny business with reports, and yeah, still stays through, but that may have been even more tactical really when you think about it, because Jakalako is now going to get DRS instead of Reshka. So this could actually work out in Jakalako's favour if he plays his cards right. He's still got quite a bit of ERS, he's got more ERS compared to Reshka, so we're going to see these two now. What are they going to do? They are going to go too wide maybe, but no, they aren't going to go too wide really, because Jakalako he's just got so much more power with the DRS and the ERS on. Sim Guy, while we've been talking about all of that, onto the final lap of this race by the way, he is now within DRS of Robinette. Robinette doesn't have much ERS to play with, as with Sim Guy, but Sim Guy will have that DRS, and that is going to make him catch up quite a lot through these last couple corners. So Robinette might hold out for a podium here, and he knows it. He's going to go from very, very defensive, trying to break any sort of toe that he might have. And Sim Guy knows that after that spin, he needs some of these points here. Robinette goes quite wide there, but is looking for that good exit on the early bit of power there, and he is going to get it. He's going to pull away a little bit of Sim Guy. Sim Guy knows that and turns on the ERS. Yellow flag 6-3, looking like that was a Scapara there. So, nothing there. But Robinette now is on equal terms of levels with the ERS. Sim Guy is so close to him now, but I don't think that Robinette can hold out here. Sim Guy goes on the curve there, surprisingly does not spin knowing how bad the curve is. He's going to go for the best exit through Beckett. Sim Guy turns on the ERS, as with Robinette, but I don't think it's going to be good enough for Robinette. Sim Guy on the back of him, goes to the inside of contact. Sim Guy has had to let off there. That was a very risky move, but as I say, ET8 Chris comes across the line and wins his British Grand Prix. She goes to come across the line in P2. There is definitely something said about this podium, as Robinette is going to come over to pick up P3, but we don't know what's going to happen post stewards. So Sim Guy for now is in P4. Spelled wrong, a very nice effort actually to get up to P5 after from where he started. Jakalako is going to pick up P6. as Reshka was them fighting almost to the line, and Reshka almost does actually get him there, but neither of them swap places by the end. So RS now, we've got Lifebow actually, the AI over to, oh no, Lifebow's actually back in the session I think. Yeah, Lifebow back in the session. RS has spun it! So Rick has now got an extra position there. Scapara gets sensing a penalty with track limits somehow. RS can't get a car straight. He can't get a car straight. RS is going to lose out on his P8 there, and he's going to be passed by Lifebell, Mercedes, and Haas went from an 8.11 to a 10.11 here. And that is Seb there coming across the line in P12. Vans will come across the line in P13, and then we're going to wait a little bit for Scapara there. But we'll just have a quick look at the positions gained. And there we go. So Chris, yeah, goes from second to first. Chicos loses out from pole position. Robinette moves up from P4 to P3. Sim Guy goes down one. That is a... What the hell happened there? The AI just managed to basically murder each other there. Spelled wrong here. I'm pretty sure we'll get a driver of the day here. Going up 11 positions on a very nice strategy. Finished a little bit away from the leaders, but very nice strategy for him. Jack Liker moving up 1, Reshka down 2, Rick up 3, Lifebow down 1 after that basically mistake there. Also, I'd say Lifebow, another person who probably should get a mention for driver of the day there. RS moving down 1, Mercedes down 5, so he's one of the big losers there. Seb down 1, Vans up 5 after everyone has crashed there. It's Capara, the final one to cross the line. I'm pretty sure he ran out of fuel, but there we go. That is everything done. There we go. Yeah, Sim guy apologising there, so probably more his, probably he thinks it's more its fault there, so yeah. I don't know, but yeah, that's a very nice race actually, and I think we were kind of robbed of a really good fight for the lead with, yeah, I did enjoy it actually, I actually did quite enjoy that, but I think we were kind of robbed of a fight of a lead there, and if you are watching now, and if you're like anyone who hosts a lobby, anything like that, the safety car was off this race, and I think that's what happens when you load a lobby from a lobby preset, and what it does, it just glitches out and takes off the whole safety car and the whole formation lap. So I think when you next host a lobby, if you do that, make sure you double check settings, and then safety car just hopefully will just come back, hopefully be on, and if not, you can tell them to reduce, then they'll be completely fine. So, there we go. Right, Eat It Chris is going to take home the win. Very nicely actually done from them. G-Ghost picks up P2 after starting from pole position, but losing out at the end of the race. Robinette picks up P3. It was actually kind of like a very unlikely podium at the time, but no, picks up P3. Sim Guy in P4 after that spin. Spelled wrong, picks up P5 after a very nice drive actually from P16. Jack Liker in P6, Reshka P7, Rick P8, Lifebow P9 with a fastest lap, RS running out the top 10, Mercedes in P11, 7 P12, Vans P13, Scapara P14, PRL P15, Woomax P17. There was a couple non-finishes, but I couldn't get to them in time. There's too many people, and I can't make it all so detailed, but yeah. Very unfortunate. We were off that battle for the lead, but yeah, just make sure you all, if guys are aware, rules and flags, safety cars off, so yeah, I'm pretty sure, although red flags are off as well, I don't know if they're meant to be on, but yeah, red flags are off as well, so whenever you load a lobby next time, make sure you just double check these settings. But yeah, I think that's it, and thank you all. Thank you for watching. It's a very nice race, and I think a very nice stream for this league, so thank you, and goodbye. Thank you so much.